Well, hello, hello, hello. How are you, Kat?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Welcome everybody for joining. We've already got like 4 or 5 on, so mixed colors. Thanks for joining, Rob, Corey, Chris. Thanks for joining. Um, so I'm gonna start off really quickly and just basically we're gonna go through our quick disclaimer. Uh, Kat and myself, we do tarot, obviously, and we do not answer questions for medical reasons, legal reasons, or financial reasons because there are experts in those fields, and we are for arts and entertainment purposes only. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I just before we start is how is everyone feeling with that full moon that just passed?
Oh
Like,
God. Ah,
oh my, brutal. Like Kat and myself, I can tell you right now, we were just
yeah.
not well at all. The mood swings going from, especially the day of the full moon, was brutal. So I
Mhm.
don't know if anybody on the live can relate, but um, but yeah, so it was brutal for us, and yeah,
It was
so
a tough one.
it was. I one thing that did help everybody just Corey saying that was strong. Couldn't sleep either. Yeah, it was brutal. The one thing that Kat and myself did this the night of the full moon was we did a Reiki slash sound bowl sample full moon ceremony,
Mhm.
and it went really well. And I found the sound bowls and the Reiki really helped people to. They got over this I guess when I say like a slump or this mood that the full moon put you in, right?
Yeah.
Because I felt better after playing the sound bowls, and I know that you did after doing the Reiki. So
I did.
it's very very important.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want me to start off this week?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. So, our weekly general collective reading. The first card I've got is the Ten of Swords. So, as you can see here, the Ten of Swords looks like someone's getting stabbed in the back with all the swords, and that's pretty much what it means, right? So, watch out for people around you this week that could stab you in the back. Not a very good card, I want to say, but the one positive note about it is that it's a 10 and tens are coming at the end of a cycle. So this shouldn't last very long. Okay. The next card I've got is in reverse, but it's the Three of Pentacles. So normally the three is all about teamwork. Okay. And it's about work, career, financial. But in the reverse, what it's telling me is don't rely on those people. This is something you need to do on your own. And the last card is the Ace of Pentacles. And this card really apart from the star that's on the top there, which can be very controversial at the moment, um, the Ace of Pentacles is really all about manifestation, new beginnings when it comes to work, career, or financial issues. Okay. So, um, what do I feel for this week? And I feel like, Kat, I know what your cards are. So I feel like we have a common theme this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I look at all these three cards together, everyone, what I'm gathering for this week is let be aware, and the things that you need to get done, you're going to have to do them for yourself. Don't rely on other people because the people that you might be relying on are not good. Okay, they look like they might either take advantage or stab you in the back. But in light of that, the cards that are coming next are basically saying, hey, do it yourself and you'll be rewarded. So, what did you think of that, Kat?
Yeah. So, and in a minute, we'll explain where our cards align. But yeah, seeing that Three of Pentacles in reverse, um, when it's upright, a very common um, interpretation of that. And again, take what resonates and ignore what doesn't. But another really common interpretation of the Three of Pentacles is that when you get the Three of Pentacles upright, it can mean that your work is being noticed. People are starting to see what you're capable of at work, and your skills are coming forward, and it's going to, important people are noticing that. And when it's in reverse, especially because it's aspected with that 10 of swords, it almost feels like somebody's trying to undermine you at work.
Absolutely.
There's going to be some, or your work is going to appear mediocre, not as good as it is because of whatever's happening in that 10 of swords. But that ace still is really hopeful. Aces talk about power and beginnings. And so in the turmoil and whatnot that you're experiencing right now in the coming week, there's going to be opportunity for you to grow something financial or some kind of resource out of that. So I think it's just a reminder to focus on what you can control rather than what you can't. And when it comes to finances and money, it looks like if you're sort of thinking about something now, it's a good time, despite everything that you might have going on around you, to put some eggs in that basket and get that resource kicked off.
Yeah.
So the cards that I got, again, that ace, the Ace of Pentacles came up for me as well. But my cards, a little bit different. Again, 2 pentacles for me as well, and cups, the 10 of cups in reverse. So this card talks about happily ever after, family, a happy family, everything going well on the domestic sphere. When it's in reverse, there's maybe things aren't going as well as they could be, or on the outside, it looks like they're going well, but behind closed doors, maybe they're not. And some of that, because we've got pentacles showing up, that ace, maybe there's money at the center of that at home as well for some of you. If it's not a work, Steve's cards point more to the work sphere, whereas mine point more to the domestic sphere. So for those of you who are saying, so far it's not really resonating, work's fine, there's nothing like that going on, could be the domestic sphere. For some of you struggling at home, maybe you've got some quarrel. There's some dichotomy with what should happen with that money. Maybe there's some money that's come into the family, or maybe there's some family savings and there's some confusion about, or some arguing about what should be done with that money. So money's on the forefront, I think, this week, guys, and whether it's at home or at work, but it's now with both of us got this ace upright and the second card pulled, if I'm not mistaken. Was it the second? It doesn't really matter, but
mine was the last
one. So it's speaking about the message for next week, something about money and starting out, initiating. It doesn't mean wealth so much, but it means a good time to initiate money and resources. What are your thoughts on these, Steve?
It's interesting because I think your cards reflect both the domestic side and the financial. And what I'm gathering here is, I think the way I read your cards is, I think someone's really focusing on the work career aspect and maybe putting in a lot of energy of that, because I see your 2 pentacles is reversed.
Yeah.
And so that to me is showing it's unbalanced. So what's happening is, because you're putting in so much effort at work, there's an unbalance going on, and that unbalance is leading to that family life. And so I think this is a good time to maybe take a pause or slow down on that amount of effort that's going on, and start to rebalance and focus on your family, if you have a family, of course. Yeah,
because jobs will come and go, and the second your job becomes redundant, you're out of there, and it's about the bottom line. So, and I tell my kids this all the time, it's good to be loyal to where you work, and if you've chosen a job, you've committed, you're going to show up every day and do your best, but you know where the door is, right?
Yeah.
And you have at 5:00. And I used to laugh at people when they logged off and left at 5:00, like the building was on fire. And I'm like, but you know what? No, I did. But you know what? I think family does suffer a lot when you get too much into your job. Your job is important. It sustains your lifestyle, but jobs will come and go. Your family's your family. So,
yeah. So I'm going to say, I guess a summary. Yes, there's new opportunities that are going to happen this week for everyone. just be careful you're not overexerting yourself and taking that energy away from your family and friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do want to welcome Coco Bear, Coco Bean, Ham's Art Market, and Adam and Izzy. So thanks for joining. We're at the point now where we're going to do live readings for the audience members. So Corey, I know Kat, you have her information. Corey, you're 4.
Yep.
Would like a reading this week, and what does this week have in store for me? And while we do that, if there's anyone on the lives that's looking for a quick 1-card pull, if we already don't have your info, Kat pulls a signifier card. So what that means is she just needs to know if you're under or over 30, your astrological sign, and if you're male or female.
Yeah.
So for example, Kat, I'll use me as an example. Aries, male, over 30. So what's my signifier card?
You are King of Wands.
There you go. So that's how that works, everyone. Okay, Corey, let's see what we got for you this week. And actually, we got to follow up with Corey. I think Corey was last week that you didn't resonate with our reading. I think it was.
Yeah.
So I want to know if something happened in that week that you were able to reflect and our reading made sense to you.
So I got the Page of Pentacles for Corey. Pages are typically messengers, and Pentacles talk about money and resources. So are you waiting to hear news about some kind of investment or property or resources? It looks like there might be news coming for you on one of those things, Corey.
Okay, and I've got the World. So, so Corey, the World card is really all about closing off a chapter and starting something new. And usually this chapter, because it's a major arcana card, this chapter is usually big. You know that something is closing off this week. And sorry, you got the Page of, what was it?
Page of Pentacles.
Pentacles. So that's there's a good possibility that something this week could close off maybe from a business perspective, and something new starts from a business perspective. So I'm not sure if that will resonate with you this week, or if you know that there's something upcoming, Corey, that involves financial, work, career type of thing that's coming up this week. All right. Anyone else that would like? Oh, Izzy. Izzy's over 30, Sag, and female.
Queen of Wands. I've got Izzy. General read for Izzy?
Yes. And Corey saying it resonates this week. Thanks. You're welcome.
Nice. Good.
All right. Izzy, what do we got for you? All right. Coco Bean and Coco Bear, we'll get right to you. Izzy, I see what you're saying. It says love messages. Are you just saying you love our messages, or you're looking for a love message? Let us know.
A message, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Looking. Okay.
Love, love, love. So 2 of Swords tells me there's a decision to be made. I don't know if with love, do you have a prospect you're just kind of deliberating over? Maybe you're struggling to decide one way or the other. Is it over prospects or over 2 options on a specific prospect? Or I don't know. Let's see what Steve has.
Yeah, I've got the 10 of Pentacles. So, the 10 of Pentacles is generally a good card. It's talking about a happy family life, but from a financial aspect. So like a 3D matrix aspect where they have everything that they need financially. So if I'm looking at these 2 cards together, Izzy, what I'm looking for is, or what I feel like it's trying to tell you, is that 2 of Swords, you need to make a decision, but don't make it based on the facts. Because if you see the picture, she's blindfolded. Okay, so she's really, you need to base your decision on your heart or your intuition. And what it's saying here with the 10 of Pentacles, um, you know, sometimes if you're looking for something in the financial aspect, maybe that's not the right way of looking at it. So trust your heart and your intuition, which is away from the pentacle completely, right?
Mm.
And I love this. I love this message from Izzy. Single as a Pringle.
But
I love it.
Pringles aren't single. There's a whole can of them. That's funny.
All right. Okay. Izzy, if that resonates, let us know. It's really, really, it's all about making a decision, trusting your heart and your intuition.
It is.
Okay. What do we have? Cocoa Bean. So we have Cocoa Bean. We have your information, and it's a general reading. After Cocoa Bean, we have Cocoa Bear, and then Chris P. Welcome, mother of many ideas. Oh, geez. I just threw half of my deck on the floor.
Oh, that's not good.
All right. Here we go.
King of Swords.
Cocoa Bean. Okay. All right. So while you look, I'll start. So Cocoa Bean, what we've got, well, at least what I've got so far is the Page of Cups, or in this deck known as the Princess of Cups. And this is all about delivering messages about love, new beginnings, new emotional beginnings. There might be things that are passionate for you that are on the horizon. So keep that in mind, and let's see what Kat pulls.
Oh, there's King of Swords hiding on me. So, sorry, what did you get? Princess of Cups. So was that a page?
A page, yeah.
I've got the Five of Cups. So the news that's coming on that messenger maybe isn't great, but you're too focused on the bad news, and which is the bad news is these cups, but the good news is the fact that you still have some things to be thankful for. So what do you think, Steve? A reminder to just count your blessings and not dwell too much on some of the challenges?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the other way I look at that too, the page, I want to go back to Cocoa Bean for a second. And the page this is somebody who is very excited about romance. So or something new, something passionate. They've got that butterfly thing in their stomach going on. So this could be a person around you as well. So, I want to say overall, I think I'm going to echo what Kat is saying. And that is maybe take a step back and see what's going on, because whatever passionate thing that's happening in your life right now, it seems like there's a few things that are going wrong and you're focusing on that. And maybe there's going to be a new message that's going to come out of that, which is the cup, the fifth cup that's not being looked at in Kat's card.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Little thumbs up. You got a little thumbs up there. That's cool.
I think I did that by mistake.
Did you do that?
Oh.
How do you? I can't do it. How do you do that?
I think it's an Apple thing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. So, next we have Cocoa Bear. Cocoa Bean, if that makes any sense, let us know. Adrian, welcome. Yes, we will get to you. Mother of many ideas, of course, we will get to you as well. Okay, so Cocoa Bear, then Chris P, and then Mother of many ideas, and then Adrian.
It's a general read for Cocoa Bear.
You're welcome, Cocoa Bean.
General for Cocoa
Yeah.
Bear?
Yeah. And Cocoa Bean is saying it resonates. Perfect.
Nice. Nice. All right, and we got we got the Page of Cups for Cocoa Bear. Isn't that hilarious? Are you
Yeah.
guys going through the same thing by any chance right now? That's
So there's something that obviously they're going through together that involves that.
yeah. Yeah. What'd you get?
I've got the Queen of Wands in reverse.
Okay.
So the Queen of Wands, she's a card about passion, about fire. She's able to manifest.
Yeah.
And she's action oriented. Okay. But when it's in reverse, I'm gonna say that maybe the flame is kind of dulled out a little bit, or there could be somebody in your orbit that's, they're a little bit nasty. They could be a little bit mean.
Yeah.
So Cocoa Bear and Bean, keep an eye out for what's happening with this person in your orbit.
Yeah.
And so, yes, they're answering yes to, they're both going through something right now. So
feels like it could be I don't know, just a female figure who's not helping, who's adding stress. That's what it feels like.
Okay. Chris P. Do you have Chris P's information, Kat?
Crispy.
Yeah. No, Chris K-R-I, yes. K-R-I-S and then _P.
I do not. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Aquarius under 30 female.
So that is Aquarius is an air sign. So that's Page of Swords. Chris P. Page of Swords. Okay. General read for Chris?
Yep. Oh, you're welcome, Cocoa Bear and Cocoa Bean. They're great. Thank you. They said, thanks, Steve and Kat. You guys are the best. And I love you guys. That's spot on. Perfect.
Nice.
So, Chris P, I didn't have to shuffle very long because this card came flying out of the deck. So, yeah, well, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So I'll just wait for you to get your card.
Okay. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
No, it's
okay.
It's a cute card. I want to say it's a cute card.
Okay. Just trying to find the page here.
All right. While you do that, I will start then. So, Chris P, I've got the 4 of Wands. And this card is really, as you can see, the poles, they're very balanced. They're very stable. There's something going on in your life. Typically that the 4 of Wands is a little bit about celebration as well. And it's usually about celebration on the home front. So you want to celebrate with friends or family. There's something going on, maybe a passion project in your life that is now starting to take off. So let's see what Kat pulls, because that could change the trajectory. What do you got?
We've got the 8 of Swords in reverse. So challenges, struggles where you're normally this card upright is better because it speaks to the fact that yes, you may have sort of a self-imposed bondage thing going on where you feel stuck and you feel like you can't do anything, but that's not actually true. You just aren't noticing all of the opportunities around you. But when it's inversed, it seems to be affecting you more than it would normally. So you've got some challenges there to overcome.
What I would say, based on these 2 cards, I'm going to say, Chris, you probably just had some challenges that you were going through internally, because you've got the 9 of Swords and 8 of Swords in reverse. And that to me is maybe indicating that you might have felt trapped internally. Not your external atmosphere, but
Yeah.
an internal thing that you were going through. But for some reason, it seems like you might have gotten over it, and now it's time for some kind of celebration. So does
Yeah.
that make sense, Chris?
This could mean that you're past it too. That is another interpretation of this card. It could mean that you are, whatever it was that was holding you bondage has actually, you've emancipated yourself from it, and now you're in that Four of Wands phase, which is an opportunity to rebuild. It's like a milestone.
Yeah. So let us know if that makes any sense. All right. Okay. Then we'll do Adrian, then Mother of Many Ideas, and then Anita. So
Adrian
Christy saying thank you. It resonates. Oh, there we go.
is my Queen of Wands, and this is a general read for Adrian.
No. I'm just gonna. I'll read it out to you because there's a name on there, so I don't want to put the name on the screen. Will me and my current partner make it to marriage?
Okay, so we don't want to see any reversed cards. We don't want to see any swords, ideally, right? Unless, I mean, because the swords cards are really kind of passive, except for that 3. All right, let's see what we get.
I've got a card. It came flying out for this one, and I love this card.
Okay, what you get?
I've got the Magician.
Ooh.
So, Adrian, what that's telling me is that you have all the tools to make this happen. So, the Magician is usually somebody who's a manifester. They have all the tools in the deck of the tarot. So, yes, you can do this, but let's see what Cat pulls.
Yeah, and it's so we're feeling we got a star reversed. We're feeling a little pessimistic about it. We're maybe our mental situation isn't where it should be. Right? And before you can get into a meaningful relationship, you have to get yourself sorted. So I think this might be a sign. It's a major arcana. So there's something, right?
Yeah, they're both major arcana. So, Adrian, this is a very powerful question you asked, and it needs to be answered. So, what I'm gathering from this is yes, you have everything you need to make this happen. However, because the star is in reverse, what it's telling me is you're not letting yourself be vulnerable. You're not letting these emotions out. You're not letting things come in. So, when the star is reversed, it's basically saying, you know what? There's no the connection is being how can I put? There's like a wall that's being put in front of this connection, and you want to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Okay, we want to flip that up. Okay, Adrian saying thank you, God bless. Fingers crossed for you.
Yeah,
okay,
let's see how it goes.
Mother of Many Ideas, general read.
General read for Age of Wands, Cheyenne.
Yeah. And Crispy says, thank you. It resonates. You're welcome, Crispy.
Good.
Right. What do we got here? Okay. All right, Cheyenne. I'm going to start off while Kat looks for your card. I've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. So what that's telling me is any new potential emotional beginnings are not going to happen. There's some kind of a block. The passion is either missing or you might have a wall up. So these things are not allowed to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see what Kat's card is.
Justice.
Ah, that makes perfect sense. Okay.
Yeah. So whatever it is, yeah, like Steve says, no passion, like your heart's not in it. But there's obviously some kind of deliberation happening around whatever this is. and the outcome is maybe you're in a situation where you're waiting to hear of an outcome. Whatever it is, it's significant because the major arcana says this is something to pay attention to. And whatever the outcome is, it's about fairness and things turning out the way they should. So
yeah. So I almost feel like, Cheyenne, you're waiting for some kind of a judgment to happen, some answer. Maybe you're trying to get justice, or handing someone back a plate of karma, but that's preventing you from starting something new. So let us know if that makes sense. All right, then we've got Anita.
I don't have Anita's stuff. I think she was on last week, but she didn't ask for a reading, so I don't have her info.
Okay.
Anita, so I know you're female. I need to know if you're over, under 30, and what your astrological sign is, please.
All right, and while we wait for Anita, Mother of Many, or Cheyenne, saying yes, it does. Perfect. I'm glad it resonates.
Nice. And is it a general read for Anita?
No. Liked Will My Ex. I'm not sure what that is. It says Die Zone Back in My Life. So I'm not too sure what that's saying, but we'll figure something out about the ex. So Anita, what's your astrological sign? Are you under or over 30? That's all we need to know. Okay, if there's anyone else I'm missing for a reading, just let me know in the comments. So I don't see anything back from Anita, so we might just jump over that until we hear back.
Anita, sure.
And I think that's it for Instagram. So I don't see anyone else on there, which is good because we're keeping this nice and short.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it, Kat.
That's it. Okay.
That's it. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining today. I just before we say goodbyes, we want to let everyone know that Kat and myself are putting on a sound bowl Reiki session in Toronto on the east side at My Blissful Lotus. So keep an eye out on our Instagrams for the post. And you can sign up via the link tree or the link on our Instagrams. And again, thanks everyone for joining. We love doing this, and I will turn it over to you, Kat.
Yeah. So again, they're one card reads. Sometimes they're good for quick answers. Sometimes they generate more questions. And just a reminder, if there's something that came out of the cards and you'd like more information on them, or you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to manage or navigate through that situation, book a reading with Steve. He can do a much deeper dive for you and get you some answers. So we hope you find this helpful. We're so glad that you join us, and we hope to see you again next week. And have a great week, everyone, and watch those finances.
Bye, everyone.
Bye for now.